Welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4 Old World Blues. So, around the world we go for a summary. NCR is still massing. New Reno is growing. Caesar's Legion is set. Two Sons is growing, and that little collective there. Lanius has been stopped by me at this particular line where the end of the Sundogs were. Poor Sundogs. I have a nice, strong set of outposts there, some 5 deep. And these guys I'm building up here. I thankfully they have joined Caesar's Legion. They will probably enter in on this conflict here soon. But for now, I'm okay. Which cannot be said for the last playthrough I did. Hopefully Twin Mothers doesn't decide that they want to start some shit, but if they want to, I could join. Too bad they're probably going to join that faction. No, they aren't. He hates them. But yeah, usually they have power armor units, but right here they just have the spec ops. So take 40. So now we just need to sit back, let them waste their manpower, which they're doing. They're already 4,000 down, which means material they have lost that they're not replenishing. And if I want to, I could probably just push on them and kick them out, but I'm okay for now. So now we got this one. Underground Advanced Material Processing. Expand the Maxson bunker underground to store and sort through the tech salvage we find. So Arms Workshop and more material, which is good. More rifles. The plan is for the Brotherhood. Oh, that's nice. So we're going to build up our manpower a bit and start producing more power armor units. The moment they jump in, I'll probably just... Actually, I could unlock a... after 2279... I'm not going to wait that long. They're probably going to come at me before then. But I could wipe them out. Problem is, if I attack them, I probably go to war with Caesar. So... Oh! Goodbye, Chand Choir. You dorks. Alright, so what do we do next? Is there anything we missed up here? Yeah, we probably want this. So, Scribe Industry Consultation. Scribes overseeing the work of the Wastelanders in our territory will help reduce mistakes and improve the efficiency of our production. That's probably really good. After that, I'm going to start going down this list and get these things taken care of. But we're okay now. Knock on wood, if I have wood anywhere. Here, I got wood right here. There's wood. Knock on wood that we are going to be fine. Whatever. I'm going to get robots eventually, so I'll set them up. She might invade me, which will suck greatly. I want more manpower. Just continue with that. Checking on Elric. Okay, I'll do this one because it's only 3 days. Putting our scribes to work on a particular focus of our equipment will give us a clear advantage one way or the other, and a larger budget won't hurt our research either. Keep going on. See, they're attacking. It seems like, oh, we might get through, but now they're 5 grand. People lost now. And they're becoming even more of a disappointment to Caesar. No, you should say Kaiser. Well, screw you. Dog City. Do I have anything? No, I don't have anything to cap yet. Eventually they'll go to war. Eventually. Check in on Elric. Making her way down to the access corridor towards the bunker storage room, Andrea clenched and unclenched her hands inside the powered armor. She knows her routine is important to keep herself steady, but loathes having to check in on every little detail. Before all this, she was a leader in battle, not a babysitter for the scribes. Thankfully, the T-51B keeps her dour expression from view. She passes by saluting brothers, nodding to them as she continues on her destination. Slapping her gauntlet against the open switch and stepping through the doorway, she could hear the sound of raised voices in the storage room. Glanced over, she noticed two scribes arguing by one of the tables with armor and laser rifle laid out to them. Turning her attention from what she sees the man she came to check on, Proctor Elric. The Proctor is sitting behind the desk at the far wall. A terminal screen lit up as the age features green in the dim lighting. Striding forward, her boots clanging against the metal, the Proctor looked up over the two scribes by the table with a sour expression before slowly getting to his feet and greeting Andrea. Paladin Commander here for a daily count. Shaking his head, Elric goes on to say, I understand your need to check in on things, but surely a weekly inspection will accomplish the same thing. Andrea frowned, deepened in response to his words, her voice harsh as it barks out in helmet speakers. If this is severe of an interruption, Proctor, then I suggest you give me your report quickly and efficiently. Then you can get back to your duties. We all have roles. The argument. Andrea sees Elric stiffen, but his eyes never waver, and she sighs internally. Helmet speakers crackle into life again. I have more to do today than to argue with you, Proctor. Tell me the daily count and also, she says before gesturing to her left, if you could explain to me what they're arguing about. Elric had turned from her helmet to the pair of scribes who had still been arguing by the table for their entire conversation. Today's count is 28 laser rifles and 8 suits of power armor. As for those two, they propose we use the experimental schematics, untested schematics at that. We brought with us from Lost Hills. I need to read that again. Sorry. As for those two, they have proposed that we use the experimental schematics, untested schematics at that we brought from Lost Hills. They should allow us to produce and maintain more advanced suits of power armor, or the same, but with the same energy. Proctor Elric shakes his head before going on. The problem is they can agree that we should use them, given our situation, but they can't agree which to use. Without the resources or the skilled manpower to use both, it's not an easy decision for them. Turning her helmet gaze back to the Proctor, she asks, and, you're the senior, surely you have your own opinion. Elric shakes his head and sighs, his gaze finally turning down away from Brixley. To tell you the truth, with my workload, I've ignored them for the most part. Running a hand through his graying hair, he mutters, I don't think it was too important. Andrea could tell that a Proctor is disinterested, and this is most of the mundane tasks, and speaks up for another few moments in contemplation. So, energy weapons or power armor? Power armor. Alright, now we could finish the city of Denver. It's finally ours after clearing out the stragglers and scavenging the Brotherhood. The Brotherhood now has Denver and all its riches. I never did finish this, but I'm not going to until we figure out what the hell is going on. How are we on manpower? Alright, we're at 100 now, so we can actually start producing people for this. Are you getting... Oh, you're not. That's stupid. What do we want to do? Supply consumption. I mean, the guy is a character in the storyline, so might as well use him. This will be great. So they're all set up now for a possible attack, which will come. They got more men now too. But if we deliver all these, then they'll be more than enough for this little group. A little iffy there sometimes, but we've only lost 44 men, and they've lost 6,000. Kind of that Sodas video of Operation Sunburst. It was pretty good. But they got the manpower, and they don't care if they use melee weapons for everything. They don't even care about armor. At least I think Lanius is a melee army thing. They don't explain if he's melee or armed weapons. So, City of Denver. Denver Union Station. Heads up, everyone. We're almost there. Andrea announced her head brother she was leading a force back to the site of the expedition's greatest failure, and she wasn't sure what to expect. When they first arrived at the city, Denver Union Station seemed like a perfect location for them to settle into. Pre-war bomb shelters onto the main building and central location with easy access to the rest of the city. Also a perfect trap for them. For when the hand dogs finally revealed themselves in force, they poured in from every direction at once. Even with the hand dogs routed and the city being swept clean of the bastards, Andrea can't help but grip her rifle tighter, and as a shiver runs up her spine. Sweeping her laser rifle muzzle back and forth as she enters the platform, she hears audible gasps and more than a few curses spurred upon the element speaker of those coming in behind her. Andrea steels herself and orders, "Focus, we haven't cleared the area yet." Her voice remains level and calm, but inside she burns with anger. Yeah. Goddamn, I'm going to be reading a lot. Denver Union Station platforms. The hand dogs had attacked in numbers. The first of a wave of dynamite thrown, followed by a mass charge supported by their hounds. Andrea was lucky enough to be in her armor when the attack came and inside the station itself, but the brothers who had been outside in open air platforms were disoriented, overwhelmed before being torn to pieces. In some cases, literally. With the massive hounds pulling or holding men down and the women in their armor, while the raiders went to work, cracking open the shells and butchering the new threat to their city-wide dominance. Scattering about the battle-scarred platforms are bodies or pieces of them. Andrea could see at least 24 power armor figures. Some are trapped under pieces of the station that fell in their bodies, but the rest are propped up in various positions or sitting or standing. Scrawled in the armor are symbols of the hand dogs, howling men and their dogs cruelly drawn upon, recognizable. A sign to any who came through here that this was their doing. Andrea thinks to herself, teeth grinding it together, her fury reaches a peak. She wasn't sure if she could find her fallen brothers here or if they would scour the city for their hull attacks. The second option would have been preferable to the site. Oh, yeah. Collect them all of them. Scrap those fucking drawings off their armor and try to identify them. Third squad with me, we're going to the station. Andrea orders before stomping towards the entrance of the Union Station. If there was any question about it before this settled it, there would be no trace of the hand dogs left in Colorado when they claimed it. I won't allow them to get away with any of this. And then a desperate defense. Jesus Christ. Station interior. The grand and ornate doors of the station were in poor condition when the expedition had arrived, and they didn't keep out the hand dogs for long. Stepping over the rubble-strewn entrance, Andrea sweeps the inside with her weapon and squad moving in behind her. She remembers the panic when the explosion started, the rush to join the fight outside, and the shocking speed of the raiders as they reached the building entrance and the windows before most of the Brotherhood had reacted. Andrea had only unslung a rifle when another volley of dynamite was thrown to her station itself. Not particularly deadly to those in power armor, but those without the protective shell were blasted away or into pieces. Calling out the brothers around her, she returned fire as she pushed forward, using the bulk of her armor to shield those behind her. Andrea paused in her recollection to crouch down and retrieve a drained microfusion cell from the ground. Holding between her fingers for all the firepower that she bring to bear, even unorganized as it were, it wasn't enough. Brothers around her had opened up with everything they had. Laser, plasma, even some explosive weapons drawn or launched from the weapons. Weapons thrown or launched from the weapons. Sheer ferocity had worn over them as Andrea and the others in power armor around her had tried to shield the wounded. The howling raiders had pushed into the station with their hounds. It took only a few moments of frantic firing for the desperate defense had turned into a brawl. And then retreat. Oh, thank God. The retreat. Clenching the microfusion cell in her hand, Andrea can almost see flashes of the fight before her eyes. The scribes behind her, Nathan, had been hit with shrapnel during the initial volley. Andrea's weapon was out of ammo, but as she hit the eject on her current power cell, 4 men were on her, trying to topple her with their weight and momentum. The laser rifle was knocked out of her grip, while she struggled to stay standing. Shouting in anger, she had punched the first one in the screaming face. The armor had gotten the slam into his mouth and sending him spinning with a broken jaw. Pushing and lashing out, the other 3 had heard, pushing and lashing out at the other 3 she had heard, even though the roar of combat around her, the screams from Nathan, with another shove which sent her attacker staggering away, she had glanced back to the scribe on the ground. One of the hounds had him by the throat as he struggled to fight it off before, with a loud, sickening crunch, it next was snapped. Yeesh. Adrenaline pumping through her body, she had kicked the dog away, sending it skidding all around her. The screams of the fighting, the wounded, and the dying, drowning all but one voice, Elder Cameron, using his suit speaker to shout out an order to make Andrea's hot blood run cold. Retreat was the order she heard, and the brothers who could started to follow their leader out of the station, shooting, hacking, punching, kicking, doing whatever they could to carve a path. Andrea shakes her head back and forth to clear it before glancing down in the microfusion cell. Opening her hand, she also sees her hand unconsciously clench as it crushed the outer casing. She drops on the floor where she had left it months ago. Yeah, so it was hers. They had taken their revenge for everyone they lost. This would be their main base in Denver again, to erase the history of the failure. They won't fall again. Her plan had worked, and she must lead her brothers to complete their original mission. Colorado will be ours. I do not want the baggers. Frick off. It's a little NCR detachment. Alright, city exploitation. Yeah. Denver is a massive city. Just taking it isn't enough. We need to make it ours forever. Well, good luck to you. Oh, something I do need is that, so just set that up. I'm fairly certain... Okay, once these guys are done, maybe I'll just attach them to that and start pushing south. Hope the twin mothers don't start shit with me. Circle Junction doesn't have the ability nor claim jumpers. But her... How's the casualties so far? 6.6 thousand. I'd be looking for different paths. Maybe go through Circle Junction, open up a new fucking front. Especially since he only has 2 more years left before he's ejected from the Legion. I've lost 49 so far. If it is possible. Alright, a memorial. Andrea placed her hand against the etched metal plaque. The first of them she had arrived from Max's bunker yesterday, ordered by her to record the names of all those brothers who had fallen at Union Station. There would be 3 in total. Placed above the inner doors of the terminal inside the power armor, Andrea could only stare as her fingers moved down the list and hover over a few select names. She knew this wouldn't make the memorial any less painful, but she can take comfort in knowing that they won't be forgotten. It wouldn't be right to forget. Elder, the voice asked behind her. Turning back, she now see a knight, Chris, to her left. What is a knight? Quickly adopting a salute, Chris said, Dan Rivers is out on the platforms, Elder. He wishes to speak with you. Nodding to the man, and Andrea tells him, thank you, knight. Dismissed. Marching to the doors leading out of the terminal and pushing them open, she could see Dan across the train yard. As soon as he sees her, the man begins waving in her direction. What has come up with now, I wonder? What does he come up with now? Andrea thinks to herself as she picks her way through the still damaged section of the Union Station. A new Denver! Good lord, I'm reading more again. Slow down, Dan. Andrea nearly pleads with the traitor. The moment she got within earshot, Rivers had talked like he was more machine than man. He'd only taken a breath once in the past minute, explaining all his rejuvenation projects. His always present smile always widens as he says, sorry, but there's so much to do, reaching down and taking the canteen from his vest pocket. He takes a swig before going on. Denver and you're in the hands of your people is a good start, but now you need to make it yours. Not just ruling over the scrap pile, but making it something worth holding beyond the salvage. Andrea holds up a hand and says, I understand you have plans, but I can't allow certain salvage to be taken away by anyone who finds it. We're the Brotherhood. We protect humanity from the dangers of technology. Dan waves the flask in a dismissive gesture and says, yes, I know who I signed up with. I'm not talking about that. Like I said, the city needs to be city again, not just some scrap heap with everyone fighting over. You and your people could do that. You have the know-how. How to make the factories run again, how to make the streets safe, how to keep the lights on. You don't want to or need scavengers or raiders picking through the rubble. You need jobs that the people can work. Andrea goes to say something back, but before she can, Dan points an almost accusing finger in a direction before interrupting her. You want the brother here to last? You need to have a strong capital. You need the people to want you around. Give them the city, the stability, and you'll be immovable. The pointing finger turns to a fist that he raises high above and announces in a gracious tone, Denver will be the jewel of the Colorado, known throughout the wasteland, along with the might of the Brotherhood of Steel. Restoring the city. Civilian representation. Oh, that's dangerous. Andrew waits a few moments to see if Dan has any more, but as he seems to have finally run out of words, she asks, I can see your point, Mr. Rivers. We already have plans to restore certain sections of the city for our own use, but I believe you propose goes beyond our means. Dan sighs, lowers his fist. He says, I know, it's not something I can expect to happen in the next few years. It could take decades. Takes another swig and goes on, but it's something that can be achieved with the right effort, and I'm willing to work for it if you'll have me. The Brotherhood could keep all their fancy tech if you keep Colorado safe. Don't know how to away from the world and help the people here. Inside her helmet, Andrea ponders her final words in the moment before placing a hand on Dan's shoulder. Very well, Dan. You have been a help here before, and I believe you'll be a help still. I think your input will be needed in the coming months and years, Andrea said. The traitor's smile gets even wider, and he makes a finger gun for the moment, catches himself, and does his best salute before saying, keeping you afloat as promised. That's funny. Alright, so now we could move that. So, more civilian workshops. Reversing Denver industry is a vital first step in getting the city back up and running for our purposes. I'll wait till I have the money for that because I want to start capping these things. Is this mine yet, or is it? No, it's still not compliant. These dorks. Daily compliance gain? No, I don't want to lose that much. Research speed is something we need. Definitely. Oh, I keep forgetting. I was going to maybe go with this or get this taken care of so we have more things to work with. Hey, something I didn't notice. We have this to work off of. And we have more working for us. Our power armor is even stronger. How are we on, we need 574 more manpower. Seize. Oh, I wasted political power. Crap. need the manpower more than I need the leaders. Alright, level industrialization is the most pre-war city is still far beyond anything the Wasteland has been able to create. Having our scribes study these ancient sites will help us catch up. I've already caught up quite a bit. Who are the... I didn't ask for these dorks. NCR Expeditionaries. Who the hell are you guys? Wait a minute. No. What are you guys doing here? Okay, fine.
Hello, sir.
You know what that means? Hey, just common energy weapons. Cool. That's all we need. So you guys are going with this. We're going to set you up with a group. Means giving you rooted and awareness. I kind of I should have made them I don't know, they're going to go to war with each other eventually. That means I could pull the power armor back and assign them to the south. There we go. More manpower. We're good on that. I should probably upgrade my armor soon. Oh, yes.
What do you need?
So, you guys set up. Start training. Once you guys are trained, and we have... Maybe put some guys on this side here. Since we're doing that... Set up that, and... in that. Reassign that, and they'll start. It'll make sense, I promise. Sorry, that is my chair, and I apologize. I don't want to get rid of the chair. It's a really nice chair. It works. It just is noisy sometimes. What the hell, guys? Oh, because of this crap. Never mind. Here, we'll put a few night patrols there. So what do we need for that? Frick, just 3 will be fine. I'm fairly certain those guys will wallop me if they so choose. Why are they prepping?
What do you need?
That is annoying,
Hey.
to say the least. Remember one of my objectives was to start building robots? I'm going to start that now so I can start staffing these other lines. I could be the hermit expedition until I have robots, but I'm going to push... These power armor can wallop Lanius down here once I just get things going. So here, robot. And how far are we on that? Only... That's fine. That's fine. Is that... Yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna do this.
You're no match for us.
You guys are dorks. I hate that they took guys from my units for that.
Hey.
Okay, next one. I think we're winning over here. Dork. Where they own the restaurant. How's the war going down here? 9,000. Shit. They still have all that manpower because they just enslave and conscript everyone. Yeah, you go here.
So tired.
Shut up. No. I'm going to be going to war with you, so I don't want to give you anything. I didn't have any choice in taking the NCR people. Look at that. Aw, too bad. Or just put them there, because I'm going to move them into the robots. Crap, the moment I get a chance. Do I have anything? No, I don't have any thing to go off of. Oh, wait, I have a... Oh, Tillup just died. I'm so fast just to click the dismiss. I'm glad I don't do it for some events. Scrapbot. There you go. We don't need that many power armor anymore, so we're gonna bring a little bit down. Maybe take one of those. And I have robots already. I have one of those C-27s. One Mr. Blasto. Protect arms. Okay, we got that done. There. Here, let's... It's 46 days. So we'll do that. How are we on this? Here, set these guys up so they actually be defensive platoons. Or divisions. Problem is... Here, I don't care for this, so remove it. I'm not fighting robots anymore. If these guys have actual armor, yeah, go... And they're not using power armor. Oh, they started a little bit, but still.
You ready to die?
Raid repelled. Good. Means building the outposts will be easier. A muzzled city. So the streets are no longer bustling with pre-war citizens nor post-war scavengers, but now with the hum of industry and the clank of power armored boots. Denver is now ours. I don't think I read these things. Reverse that. Sorry, I did not read these at all. Clearing the streets of Denver will allow us to transport and navigate the city easier. Rebuilding the roads in the former Hand Dog territories will take time, but will allow us to move faster through the central territory of Colorado. And reversing Denver's industry is a vital step, getting the city back up and running for our purposes. Blueprints for special weapons used by pre-war America found in factories were refurbished. Our scribes will make good use of them. So that's good to have. And then finally, Denver is now ours. think I will end that episode here. So thank you for sticking with me this far. I know it hasn't been that intent, but a lot of reading. But next one, we will begin building up robot platoons to take over defensive needs, and then we could 79. Hey, can I go invade these guys yet? Yes, I can. Okay, that's what we'll do next time. These guys will be fully refurbished. Oh, by the way, speaking of which,
After this, I have some weapons to repair.
you're going back to your platoon,
What
and
do
you
need?
are going there. Take back command of that. Okay, that's one thing. So we will go take out the Iron Alliance, so we can just get this over with. And then we'll push down south once we have that covered. And then take the rest of New Mexico. I know this is new. I meant Lannis's version of it. Hopefully not get annoyed by Rio Grande. Damn it. Hopefully I'll have enough robots by then. So, and these guys will start going to war with each other eventually. Okay, so thanks for watching. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And please like, subscribe, and leave me any comments on what you want to talk about, anything. And hope you have the good rest of your day. So long. Ta-ta.